Boom.
What's up, everybody? It is Thursday night, so welcome to regularly scheduled Hostilities with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Yvonne DeBoard, with your RSH champion host, Josh DeBoard, and with a very special guest right across from the UK, the very own Armchair Wrestling's Alex Benison. What's going on, brother?
All right, guys. Good to be back.
Oh, great to have you back. This is a pre-Royal Rumble. In just 3 days, Royal Rumble 2021. No audience, only monitors in the Thunderdome, and we can't wait to break down the Rumble, give our predictions. Chuck versus Josh, Yvonne versus Benison. But before I was fucking rumbling here, guys. Before all of that, I have to talk to you guys about Manscaped.com because Valentine's Day is upon us, fellas. So make sure you're ready for wherever the night may take you. Our friends at Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming, are here to tell you that you need to use the best tools for the job so you can be ready for anything on that very special day. So you guys all still using your Manscaped products?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And not only are we using our Manscaped products, but there are 2 million other men already using Manscaped products to groom. So make sure you're one of them.
I mean, to be fair, I still don't have a Valentine.
Well, maybe if you use the Manscaped 3.0 that vibrates, they like that, with the flashlight, you can get yourself a Valentine.
If it vibrates, why do I need a Valentine?
I mean, if it vibrates, why do they need a Valentine? So you need to kind of do your thing there. And Alex, you have a female friend, don't you? A companion, Shannon, who's more popular than you.
Female friend, also known as fiance.
I was gonna say fiance. I didn't remember if you were engaged or not.
You imagine filling that out there? Like, oh yeah,
that's exactly what happened. It's like, I'm pretty sure, but I changed it.
Yeah, you ruined Valentine's Day already, Chuck.
Did I mention that the Manscaped 3.0 is also waterproof, so it prevents a mess on the bathroom floor, and especially when it's time for Cupid to shoot his arrow. So
I was going to ask you what Cupid's shooting, but
I don't even want
I wouldn't be using it at the same time if I were you.
I only use it when I'm shooting, but
Anyway, while Chuck clears his mind, check out this video from over at Manscaped.
All right, guys, again, this is the perfect package for your perfect package. So right now, go to manscaped.com, use RSH2020 as the promo code. You will get free shipping. You will get 20% off. So again, Valentine's Day is upon us. Your lady will love it. Go to manscaped.com right now, 20% off, RSH2020, free shipping. You have nothing to lose. Get it done. Get it done now. Now, back to Royal Rumble 2021 talk.
Speaking of Jules, let's start talking about. Let's start with Peacock.
Oh,
see what I did there?
Yeah. That's a good
So
topic.
the big news came out this week. WWE Network will be merging with Peacock. Vince got another $1 billion contract. So it's nice to see the WWE is falling apart, as everybody on the internet says.
Exactly.
So Benison, you're the guest. We'll start with you. What's your thoughts on Peacock merging with the WWE Network? Do you think it's a good thing, or are you like everybody else and you're going to bitch about it?
Well, first I'm going to say UK gets to keep the WWE Network, so fuck you, America.
USA only.
Oh, wow.
How do you think? Then?
What's your opinion
You
about
know what? This is the fucking brilliant move by them, because you get a ton of eyes from an audience that you weren't reaching originally. Think about all the people who already have a Peacock account that haven't been subscribed to the network.
Now you get The Office and WWE.
Yeah, like the cool thing about this deal, because NBC has a history of working with WWE. A lot of their Saturday night main events were on NBC. A lot of their specials were on NBC. So when I heard this was happening, I was shocked because it was so sudden. But when I thought about it, I wasn't all of that surprised. And as a fan, it's a great deal. As of right now, I'm paying $14.99 for the WWE Network. I was not going to get Peacock because I had no reason to get Peacock. I have The Office on DVDs. I already had 8 million other platforms that I have for television. I had no reason to get Peacock.
Right.
But now I am forced to get Peacock if I want to keep the WWE Network. And as a WWE podcaster, I probably should have it, right? And now
I'd say it's kind of significant. Yeah.
and the ad-free version is still going to be $9.99 as the network was when it originally was brought up back in 2014. So as a WWE fan who already has the network, why would somebody be bitching about this? You're getting more content, a ton of TV shows, and you're getting the WWE Network, and it's already cheaper than what you're paying for right now if you're a full tier member or whatever they say. So you said people are bitching about it. Who's bitching about it?
These idiots on Twitter.
That's
That sounds about right.
on Twitter.
The IWC, like, I don't know why. It's because it's WWE and they have to find something to bitch about. It's like, oh, Vince, they're falling apart. Vince had to sell the network for $1 billion. Yeah, it's like that's $2 billion contracts within a year of each other.
I'm going to quote John Cena. Today I read a thing about John Cena when they brought up how he was shit talking The Rock when he was part-time, And John Cena said, and I quote from what I read today, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I like it. But John Cena said that was the stupidest shit ever. I was looking at it through blind eyes. And people who are complaining about this merging contract, they're looking at it through blind eyes. It's a win-win for everybody. WWE gets money, and we spend less money. The only losers, in my opinion, are NBC.
Well, I mean, you only got to look at NBC Sports is shutting down, isn't it? So, and they're getting NHL and something else on Wednesday nights, which means NXT is going to have to move. Why not move the network, then move the NXT to Peacock as well, and get full views that way?
I mean, sure. I mean, this opens up more possibilities. I did read one thing today that is a problematic for some people, not me, because I don't do it anyway. But as of right now, Peacock is set up so if you watch something live, you can only watch it live.
Yeah, there's no rewind or anything.
There's no rewind. There's no start from the beginning like the network currently has. But I don't give a shit. I don't utilize that.
Yeah, that'll be annoying. WWE, Vince, fix that shit for you for March.
They got
I need
2 months.
Like if I need to fix that. I mean, it's 2021.
Yeah.
They should be able to
Please
pause.
fix it.
I haven't watched commercials in years, so no, I don't want to watch them now.
Well, no, you shouldn't have to worry about this. Is for pay-per-views. Commercials, they don't have commercials. They have their sponsorship.
Well, that's fair. I can just skip one of the matches.
Those are your key breaks. Yeah,
we know the matches you would skip. So we know.
Anyway, what do you think?
I loved watching the network. I do. I was actually on our Peacock yesterday, and I'm looking forward to seeing wrestling on there too. I'm not really.
Cock.
Okay. Peacock.
On that note, manscaped.com.
Shut up. Yeah, I love the network. I watch a lot of old wrestling with my family and stuff. I've actually been watching a lot of Rumbles lately.
Nice.
Because I love Royal Rumble, one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Yeah, dude, I watched the 1992 Royal Rumble last weekend. You can hear my opinions on it over at Slice Podcast. It's SJP Wrestling Podcast.
I watched 1997s and 1998 with Stone Cold.
Oh, nice.
And
those are good ones.
all the Stone Cold ones he won.
Heck yeah.
So it was awesome.
There's like 3 of them.
I know one I won't watch. The women's one from last year.
You mean the best?
I'm not really familiar with Peacock yet, but I'm looking forward to see what WWE does with it.
But let's stick to Chuck's thought. The best of all time. So John Cena is reportedly 100% confirmed for WrestleMania this year.
Oh,
He's going to have a match. His opponent is TBD. So Chuck, we'll start with you.
Gary.
If you were booking John Cena this year, who would you have him face?
If it was me booking it for him to face somebody at WrestleMania, it'd be somebody that we want to get over, I would say, in some form or another. So I really don't know off the top of my head. For some reason, AJ Styles comes to mind.
It came to mind with me
Styles.
too, even though they fought at the Rumble a couple years ago.
Yeah, they've already done that, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But my fear right now is it's going to be Goldberg. That's a scary thought.
That's disgusting.
But yeah,
because Cena can wrestle more than 5 minutes.
I know that's a problem. That's the thing.
I don't think I'm thinking about it.
When it comes to who he should wrestle or who I want him to wrestle, there's a few guys I would say I think could be fun. Kevin Owens could be fun. I know they've already done it.
Yeah, they start.
But
Like,
that
that's
was
okay.
his
I got his start
early on though, so to see him more established could be fun. And then I have guys like Aleister Black come to mind. But
Yeah.
that's not going to
young
happen.
guys that need to be put over,
But
or that could use the rub from John Cena.
Sure.
Because at this point, that's what he did to Bray last year.
I would say maybe even Drew McIntyre, but he won't be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him in the title picture.
There's nobody to come to.
Yeah, so it's just it's one of those things.
Keith Lee comes to mind.
Keith Lee could be good.
Yeah.
Benison.
That was mine.
Keith
Keith
Lee.
Lee, or to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they do him and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Lashley'd be a good one too.
I was just thinking.
You're building him
Lashley.
up and you have him beat the shit out of John
To be
Cena.
fair, you guys need to realize that Bobby Lashley debuted when John Cena debuted.
I know,
Just throwing that out there.
but wrestling's week to week. Nobody remembers that.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Bobby Lashley's got a greater career ahead of him.
He does.
Does he?
Listen,
I was actually thinking of Bobby Lashley.
it's going to be Goldberg.
It's going to be. It's really
But
going to be.
it's going to be WCW, WWE, and they'll do something there.
Mm.
Or
But-
Triple H versus Sting.
I would, Sting. Anyway,
You know what would be great if they call back to the Firefly Funhouse match and have Cena come out as NWO Cena versus Goldberg.
There you
So-
go. It's going to be better than we're going to get for sure. Yeah,
I don't.
Scary. It's a scary.
It's got to
time.
be. It'd have to be an up and comer. I wouldn't want it to be Goldberg. I want it to be somebody that elevates as soon as when he wrestles him. He's automatically elevated.
No, I agree.
MVP. I know what you're on about.
Let's hear it.
MVP.
Oh, MVP.
Oh God.
Yeah. big up and comer.
He did great on Monday night. We haven't even addressed our fans yet. Joe C. Arthur III from the Wednesday Night Wrestling Working Fans podcast.
It's
man.
okay. He's already gone. He says hi and leaves.
What's
Well,
up, Joe?
I wanted to show last night, to be fair, like infiltrated with
Oh,
comments.
you guys better pay attention to our show because I forget what the hell they're giving away. But Working Fans is giving away a shirt or some shit, dependent on if you watch RSH and you know my
Yeah,
pick for
you
the
gotta
Men's
get-
Royal
you gotta
Rumble.
get
So you have
Josh's
to
pick.
win that shirt or some shit by listening to us. So one of you three people are going to get very lucky.
I feel like we can be our own show. Right?
Wow.
I just read there's three of them.
Who are you?
It's about quality, not quantity.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
quality watch or
Yeah, I was going to say.
Quality.
You know,
Wow.
Due to that comment.
No,
you know,
God
it's
forbid.
great when there's more of us on the podcast than there is watching.
yeah.
Well, none of us are from the fucking challenge. So what do you expect? Anyway.
Oh,
Speaking of scary things, so the report came out 2 days ago because me and you were talking about this yesterday. WWE is contemplating a unique finish for the Men's Rumble, which one source backstage says it scares the shit out of them.
that's the Goldberg John Cena fear in my eyes.
So I could take that as Bray Wyatt's going to do some scary ass crazy ending because I feel like he'll be in the Rumble.
No.
That's when he's going to come
I
back.
took that as John Cena's going to win the Rumble,
Oh.
leading to Goldberg versus Cena, and that's scary as it sucks.
I'm okay with John Cena winning the Rumble.
That's how I took that. I didn't take it as scary as physically scary. I took it as it's scary because it's so terrible writing. Why are we doing this?
All right. So your worst. So to answer the question I haven't even asked yet, your worst possible outcome would be
Cena winning the Rumble. Because
All right.
I will not because I don't
Yeah.
like Cena, because that will lead to Cena versus
I don't
fucking
want
Goldberg.
Cena winning the Rumble.
that's yours too.
Yes.
My worst case scenario is Goldberg loses to Drew, and then he comes and wins the damn Rumble and goes and fights Roman,
That would suck too.
which doesn't even make logical sense. But who needs logic when WWE books their shit illogically all the time?
You never know. If Drew loses, he can enter himself in the Rumble.
That would be okay though.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'd
talking
be
to you
okay
about
with that
Monday. That's
because
what I'm afraid
It
that
puts
he's
him
going
back
to
in
do.
the chase.
Yeah, it does.
What do you think, Alex?
My worst case is fucking Retribution coming back with that fucking chainsaw. No top rope left. Can't lose.
Yeah, I forgot
Damn.
Retribution. Yeah,
I forgot Retribution existed, so
Oh.
there's that.
Ollie's taking Kofi's spot in the Rumble. He announced Monday.
Yeah, it's really sad when their Twitter game continues to be better than anything they do on television.
They're too busy stomping
That's
Xavier
fair.
Woods every week.
Yeah, they them on Twitter, I wish would be on screen,
Yeah,
and they'd be,
it's pretty sad.
but
It is.
it's Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, before we get to
Donald Trump want to know about that.
listen, So I've been on this Twitter petition to get my favorite radio host, Dave LaGreca from Busted Open, on our show.
Yeah.
Which he followed us the other day.
Yeah,
That's
follow
Very
awesome.
cool.
That's
And not
awesome.
only did he follow us, he liked some of the shit that you posted.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Because, I mean, they have the best wrestling show, barely over us, but it's fine.
I mean, it's. I don't want to say this. They're second best, which is it's
Second.
a good rating.
The
Yeah.
We're trying to get him on the show. You can't bury him.
No, I'm
Anyway,
not burying. Second best is not burying.
Dave
We're just
LaGreca,
being honest.
They're IC.
we
champions
invite
already
you
with-
on RSH. I apologize for him. He's drinking some wine. It's fine.
Whole bottle. It's fine.
Damn. All right. Anyway, we invite you on RSH. You already follow us. You're already halfway there. It's time for you to come on. Name the time and place. It has to be here. But Dave LaGreca,
Unless you invite us to your place, I'll gladly go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
yeah, I mean, I think we're a little bit ahead of our times for being a guest on Busted
Not to
Open,
get
but I'll take
creepy,
it.
but
But anyway, I tagged you on Twitter. At least retweet it or something. Anyway,
it'd be an honor to have David on our show.
it would.
And we
That's a
really,
good show.
and we really appreciate it.
It is a great show. They are very, very awesome. If you guys haven't listened to it, you're stupid for not. You should check it out
Yeah.
right now.
Best good show.
Speaking of good shows. All right, Dave.
Oh, speaking of good shows, we have hold on.
Sorry.
We have
Here we go.
the other UK man
Yeah, we
that I
do.
know from the SJP Wrestling Podcast, which you go there right now, you'll find me talking about the 1992 Royal Rumble. Simon Powell, welcome to the show, brother. Glad you're watching.
1992. All right.
You know
SmackDown.
how I can tell how high you hold me as a guest. You didn't even say my show was good.
It's in the top 5.
We didn't know your show yet, did we? My bad. We said where you're from. We said this is Alex from the Armchair Wrestling Podcast, also available right here on the Buzz. I would say a day and time, but sporadic. But check it out. You can listen to all the past episodes. They've interviewed the likes of Ken Shamrock, the likes of Al Snow, the likes of RSH Wrestling. It is good shit. Check it out.
I'm not putting it over because I better win that fucking giveaway they're doing. That's
Well,
contingent. I put them over or not.
you
And
just
Jack's the only one that puts us over. So
Yeah,
what the
that's true.
You
fuck?
just want to win something.
I'm just trying to be a nice goat.
Hey, listen, I'm going to watch Working Fans Wednesday and vote for my own answer. And I'm going to win their fucking giveaway too.
There you go. We don't do giveaways here at RSH,
Well, we don't have shit to give you.
No, we don't.
and we don't want to.
We can give you our wrestling knowledge.
We're the heels
That's
here.
all we can give you.
Working Fans is
That's
the
all we
baby
can
faces.
give
They care. We don't care.
Yeah, you want to be our fan. We don't want you to be our fan.
No.
That's
Speaking of people that don't want fans, Roman Reigns
right. Shit,
got power bumped to the announce table this past week.
that's cool.
I was pretty bummed because I was hoping Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman would actually happen.
Me too.
We
Yeah.
all knew that wasn't going to actually.
I was hoping that it
Me
would.
too.
SmackDown's been so good.
Yeah. And Paul Heyman, I've never seen him wrestle.
Do you guys? So
There's
just
a reason
over,
for that.
just
Now I know why. Yeah.
overall group question: KO have any shot winning this Sunday?
No.
Even though it's his third time.
No. I feel like there's going to be some kind of chaos where he gets screwed over.
I feel like it's
again.
going to be a really good match,
Sure.
but he's just going to get
when
like
it gets
speared
to the,
off
when
the
it gets to
Thunderdome
the
or
end,
something.
something's going to happen, and
It'll
it's
be-
going to cost
It'll be bullshit interference.
I think what's his face, the other Uso comes back.
Jimmy.
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 Yeah.
It's about time for him.
It's
to
time
come
for
back.
Jimmy to come back.
It could be Jimmy, but I'm going to throw this at you. Apollo Crews. They were talking the other night.
Yeah.
Why would they be talking not for that to go forward?
No, it's going to go forward.
So I think the Rumble's a perfect place for that. So, Kevin Owens finally has a friend in Adam Pearce. So, he won't have such as a disadvantage, and then he'll overcome Jay and Reigns. So he'll finally have the upper hand on what he's been getting beat up by, and then the X Factor. Jimmy would make sense too, but I feel like they've already foreshadowed Apollo.
Well, you can
Crews.
be like Yvonne thinking Damian
Shut
Priest is going to
up.
save him in main
Shut
event
up.
Mania against
Shut
Roman.
up. And the way my thinking, that sounds crazy.
I like it.
So do I.
That makes logical sense. But anyway,
I mean, I would dig it. It'd be better than fucking Apollo Crews, who I'm sorry fucking sucks.
That pick
But,
sounds stupid, but hey,
he's just not booked right.
I'm still believing it. So.
He has the personality of Bobby Lashley without Bobby Lashley's fucking prestige.
That's fair.
Just saying, that's the truth. Like, he's not bad, but he just doesn't have he doesn't have the longevity that I'm not a big fan of Lashley either. But
You've been nice.
Go watch his Dragon Gate stuff, then
okay,
see WWE killed it.
GW's
whatever,
WWE.
whatever the fuck letters that you need to know to go watch that shit. I don't know what that is. BMB, I don't know the fuck.
That's the place you get your license.
Oh my god. I'll send you.
All right. Yvonne DeBoard, I'll send you a link of Heyman wrestling. He had some matches back in the late 80s and early 90s against Medusa, and I think Jim Cornette, but I'll warn you, it's not pretty, my friend.
Or the hashtag Team Yvonne.
Yeah.
So thanks, I'll check it out.
That hashtag gained as much steam as Damian Priest
Oh,
versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for that world title.
I'll hashtag that. Shut up. Damian Priest likes my stuff.
Right, I think there might be a few technical issues
he
going on
watched-
here.
Oh shit!
I'm not sure from my end or not.
I think we're okay.
I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'd hope so. You're next to each other. Yeah.
Okay, so you can hear us. But anyway, Ric Flair he entered at number 3 and went all the way. It was pretty fun to watch. Before he was an old man, that's Riley said. But,
Ric Flair's still getting it on Raw. Pay him some respect. So let's go to Raw real quick because we're going to spend most of our time talking about the Rumble. Any issues with Edge announcing that he was entering the Rumble on Raw? Because people were complaining about that. I feel like it's redundant to have him surprise entry back-to-back years with no fans this time.
I always said, up until Monday, I kept saying I think Edge will be a surprise entrance again. But I think you're right. It'd be redundant.
Yeah. There's no fans. Like they did it last year. You're not going to top it. So what's it? And people are more inclined to tune in if they know he's going to be there. What WWE fucked up is they should have promoted Edge as an announcement on Raw tonight instead of just throwing it into the middle of the show, being like, oh, by the way, later, Edge is going to be on because it could have bumped him a little bit, like promoting it the day leading into like, hey, Edge is going to be on Raw with a huge announcement. There you go. Is he retiring again? Is he healthy?
Yeah.
It could have helped their rating, which has been plummeting. But other than that, I don't care.
There's no problem.
You got to call Vince.
We're back, Cy. Tell us when we quit freezing. We're only freezing because it's cold as shit here right now.
Dude, it is cold. It's like 8
It
degrees.
is cold here.
With like a 20-mile-an-hour wind. It's fucking awful.
So it's like -8 degrees.
All right, Benison, any issue with Edge announcing his appearance on Raw?
No, it's the smartest idea from them. I mean, the Rumble is known for the surprise entrance, and I still think there'll be like 2 or 3, mainly through the women's, because they don't have the depth in the women's Rumble. But yeah, let Edge announce himself. Let people go, oh, right, okay, I'll watch to see Edge again.
Yeah, like you said, the women have 18 spots still to be determined. The men have 13.
So I hope there's going to be a
So
lot of
there's going to be a lot of
surprising,
more surprises probably in the women's one.
I'm excited for that.
And I feel like a lot's going to be NXT.
Yeah,
I agree. I have a question for you guys though, because I was watching that Edge promo, and I'm going to be the bad guy here. I love Edge. When he retired back in 2011, I was sad as fuck. Love seeing him come back. There's no audience, so you have to adjust. I understand. But his 10-minute long talking in the same monotone voice, talking like this, talking about this, talking about this, talking about grit, talking about that. Are you also bored by his promos or no? I'm bored as fuck during his promos.
Edge might be the best promo they have.
He's a good talker, but they don't jack me up. They don't excite me. They don't make me look forward to his return.
Nothing excites you.
That's not true.
Yeah, but
his return excited me.
But
what, a year ago?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. We're like Stone Cold. Can you imagine Stone Cold doing a promo where there's no audience? There's nobody shouting what back at him. When you're so used to that, it's hard to get yourself out of that mindset.
That being said, I can counter argue that. That's a great point. But the thing with Stone Cold, it was very loud. The problem with Edge is, 1, he hated that what shit. 2,
Edge was so also pros.
But they're choosing to give Edge a lot of screen time, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, because Edge is a bad motherfucker. But I'm just not a fan of that style of promo where you monotone talk for a very long time and you enunciate it very well, but you're not really saying anything for 5 fucking minutes. And it doesn't jack me up at all. He brought up fucking JFK or something. I don't give a fuck. And you know what I mean? It doesn't make, and he's been doing it since his return. That's how he has done promos. And they're just a few minutes too long. And it's been a consistent thing. If it was once or twice, I wouldn't even bring it up. But it's every time now for almost a year, he's been doing a promo, and it's just too long, and there's nothing being said. Just like my little rant right here. You see how that gets really annoying?
Yeah.
You see,
You're definitely in the minority on this one.
the person that we've missed during this no crowd era for promos would be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's promos would get over so well to an audience when there's nobody there.
But Joe is, and the difference, I agree 1000%, but Joe's able to take that energy and do it without anybody being there. Like, he is good at that. I feel like Edge is the kind of guy who needs an audience, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's just a thing.
I'm curious if like on Raw.
You guys
Drew
are really laggy. Like, you keep freezing. And you've frozen again.
We're just here.
Anyway, we'll keep going and see what happens. Drew and Goldberg faced off. Claymore to the Miz, Spear to Morrison. Any chance this match doesn't actually suck as bad as everybody thinks it will this Sunday?
It'll be short, so it doesn't matter.
Venison?
No. I mean, this match will be the exact same as what Drew and Lesnar were at Mania.
Yep.
Not gonna have a good ending. It's gonna be.
I'll be optimistic. I think it's actually going to be good, and Drew's going to come out of here looking good. And I'm curious, since I have Drew winning, how they're going to get Goldberg and Cena or whatever they have planned for Goldberg out of this with him losing. That's my only concern. Is how does Goldberg get another Mania match after he loses?
Do you guys think Miz or Morrison gets involved?
Don't.
It's
They're
not
both in
going to
the
change.
Rumble.
It ain't going to change the result of the match.
So how is Miz allowed in the Rumble when he has Money in the Bank?
I was thinking that myself. Like,
Because he can fight for the belt at WrestleMania and cash in.
so if he
And he
cashes,
doesn't have
he
to
can
cash
lose,
in.
He loses. He can get
So he
the
can
Rumble.
fight for the world title with the briefcase.
Now that's
It'd be a first.
You guys didn't allow me to do that.
It'd be a first.
we
I
won't.
had to cash in.
We won't
Be a
discuss that. We won't back in that.
Fucking
You
cheating
cash in it.
motherfuckers over here.
Don't cheat.
All right.
Whatever.
Says the man hasn't defended his belt since fucking
Exactly.
Vietnam.
He's a Brock Lesnar.
I'm the Brock. Yeah. I'm the,
without the prestige.
There was a
Just
better.
'cause I
There was a
wasn't an
better way when you
NCAA
won your title
champion.
last. Some bitter ending. But yeah.
All right. Alexa Bliss got RKO'd in the show. She fought
Finally, I'm
Asuka
sorry.
again. I didn't think she'd win the belt,
I knew it was coming.
but I do like the transformations. It was 3 of them this time.
It was 3.
Venison. Is the Fiend going to cost Orton the Rumble? Is it that obvious?
Yes. Short answer, yes. I mean, this is why I think we'll get to it later on. He is the only. I think he's the only person that I will put money on to eliminate Orton this year.
I wonder if he's actually in it, because if the Fiend's in it and he loses, it's like how?
Right.
He would take himself out with Orton. It'd be a self-elimination thing.
Or somebody throws him.
I
both
would
over.
have Edge get in his face like, no, Orton's mine. Then Fiend just punches Edge in the face, and then Edge gets pissed at him, and then Fiend just takes all of them
All
out,
3 of them.
and they all go out, which sets up my 3-way Firefly Funhouse match at Mania.
Ooh.
Even though there's about 7 pay-per-views in between now, because they added Fastlane, and you still got Chamber, so I don't know how you're going to drag that out for 3 months.
And if they whip out some other weird Monday morning special, like whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
So that's pretty obvious. Well,
We're back and forth the way it's looking.
yeah, we're good. Oh, well.
I'm not surprised.
As long as you can hear us, you ain't got to see us.
I'm not surprised. Sorry, Alexa, you got RKO'd. I knew it was coming. So.
Yeah.
You don't mess with me.
Yvonne's the biggest Alexa Bliss hater there is.
No,
for
no,
some
I'm not a
reason, too.
hater.
She can't
No,
stand her.
no.
This is
She
the
loves
first
her.
Raw and
I have her
SmackDown
shirt in
Women's
my
Champion.
closet.
So do I.
But I never wear it. I like Alexa Bliss, but don't.
No, you don't. I watch Raw with you.
Oh shit!
I don't like her going after Orton, provoking him of all people. You got what you deserved. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
she
did.
loves the woman
Our
abuse.
dad is the one that called that. He's like, she's gonna get RKO'd and hurt real bad by Orton, and there she goes.
So she deserved to get hit by a man.
No.
That's pretty sketchy.
Hashtag
No.
cancel Yvonne.
No.
Hashtag cancel Yvonne. Yvonne.
Team Yvonne just plummeted. And plummeted faster than Priest.
Shut up. Hey, that's
Damian Priest is going to come on our show.
No, he's not. He's not liking my stuff on Twitter now. So
And Benison's not going to come back on our show because all his guests are going to be like, no, we saw you in that one show.
Shut up. No.
I had my last guess yesterday, and that's it now.
So he set Bray on fire. She spit a fireball back at him in retaliation. So what do you mean she gets what she deserves?
Him.
He set him on fire.
Look at his face. No,
she was sitting with Bernie Sanders in her playground.
He murdered a man on television. Murdered with gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
murder.
Would you? Yeah, but would you rather be murdered or have a burnt face?
Sorry, Alex.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's murdered. He's gone. His dad's still collecting IRS checks.
Oh boy.
That was tough
Anyway,
to see him get
before we get to WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, what are you all in about?
I've just had this thought of, can you imagine the Fiend's music hitting and Bo Dallas being the one to come out?
Yeah.
Is he still in WWE?
I forgive he is.
Yeah.
He's under contract.
I know he didn't get released. Everybody else did.
Yeah.
How could you forget B?
2 years. 2 years this man's been sat backstage.
Oh, it pays to be Bray's brother, I guess.
It's time. It's time for a Bo leave moment.
I mean, he was like, he had a good run in NXT as champ down there.
I forgot
the B team
was.
thing was an absolute piece of shit.
He hated the B
But
team.
do you know what else is terrible? 3MB. And look who the fucking champion is right now.
3MB have talent.
Well,
Bo Dallas, I'm not comparing Bo Dallas to Drew McIntyre or Jinder Mahal, who came back at the Super Show thing. But Jinder Mahal will be in the Royal Rumble. And
don't say hinder.
you know how great it would be to don't hinder Jinder and him win the Rumble and fight Drew at WrestleMania?
that'd be fucking
The
terrible.
modern day Maharaja.
Jinder Mahal is a joke.
Jinder Mahal is the man. You know, hey, you know that guy who set people on fire? You know who he couldn't beat for 6 months?
Oh, man.
Jinder.
Oh, man.
Because Jinder owned Randy Orton for 6 months.
Do you remember when Jinder Mahal came back on Raw? I don't either because he broke his fucking leg.
Listen,
again.
I'll quote.
Kevin fucking Nash.
You know what the biggest issue with Randy Orton is? I'll quote Dave LaGreca. He has no balls.
Who?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton has no balls?
Yep.
Do you know what he has?
Dave LaGreca called him out, and he's too scared to call him, say anything back to him.
He's too scared, or he's just above that David guy because he's Randy fucking Orton.
No.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton's running around hitting women. Yeah, he's real cool.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta put a bitch down. I get it.
Oh, so now you're.
Orton's done it to me before. All of a sudden, it's a crime now.
I don't condone this kind
Randy
of talk.
Orton is going to go, talk to people that he's worth speaking to. That's what Randy Orton.
You all need to calm down. He has no balls.
I'm getting cancelled for being a part of this now.
Yeah. We're all getting hashtag canceled.
I'm waiting for the text, like, get off the air.
Get off the Archer's going to come in and just hit the next button and be like, we're done.
Yeah. Anyway, so before we get kicked off the air, let's get to the Royal Rumble, which is the whole premise of our show. So for people that first time tuning in or the first time that a belt's been defended, because it's been a while for both belts, especially mine. So we have the RSH Championship. So me and Chuck go one-on-one. They have so Benison earned this title shot for the Wednesday night title in like October or something. October, November. It's been a while. We had some alcoholic gambling guy have the belts. We had to strip it from him. And Yvonne won it. So how this works is we pick every match on the card. Each match gets 10 points. The bigger the match, like let's say it's a singles match between Cesaro and Nakamura. It's probably worth 5. But whoever has the most points at the end of it wins. Ties go to the champion just like a DQ would. So that's how it works. Me versus Chuck for this. And Benison versus Yvonne.
Show him the belt. Look at that bad boy.
This is it's bigger than the RSH one.
For that one. Yeah, but stop.
I can't even lift it
It's not as prestigious.
I can't even lift it up.
So,
what is this? Fucking 1999?
That's a nice belt.
It is nice. It's like a big weight.
So we will go through each match on the card. And then Friday after SmackDown, sometimes Saturday during the day, you go to whatthebuzz.com and see our article with all of our picks on it. We just need to wait to see if SmackDown adds anything tomorrow night. So Benison, we'll start with you. And this is the match I think I love you, Cy.
We'll call it-
Think about it for a minute. Think about it, and you'll get it, Cy. I promise.
We love you, Cy. You just tell us how it is.
Alex,
All right. So, Venison, the women's tag team championships are it's two makeshift tag teams going head to head. Charlotte and Asuka versus Nia and Baszler. Who do you have?
Big title.
I've got Nia and Baszler.
that's simple, huh? Nia and Baszler.
Well, there's literally no point in like trying to go through it because I think this is the most stupidest plot line that they've had since Dawn Marie shagged Tori Wilson's dad to death.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Dawn Marie.
I'm hurt.
So, I guess you're going with the assumption that Lacey Evans is going to call them this match, then, right?
She could,
Yeah, well, she's posted pictures on Twitter in lingerie. She's getting fucking Ric Flair Randy again. He's going to get married for the 14th time. And she'll lose the belt.
I dig that.
She
I
doesn't
agree.
need that belt.
She
Neither does
doesn't.
Asuka.
And nobody takes them as a real tag team. It makes no
No,
sense.
it was thrown together because Asuka needed a partner and Charlotte needed to come back.
And now we're done.
And it's ran its course, put them back. See, but Nia and Shayna are makeshift too.
Sure.
I wish a team like
But
the
they're
Riot
actually-
Squad or an actual team would win it.
They are makeshift, but that being said, they make more sense as a tag team.
They do.
And they have the kind of the Sheamus Cesaro.
because they make
Feel.
it good as a stable. Like they make it work. If they like each other or not, they make it work.
Poor Cy, he said, I thought you meant me. I was racking my brains trying to remember my title run. For fuck's sake. Like,
It was last week. What the fuck?
That's what the alcohol does.
who you all got?
The same for the same reasons. Did you guys like? I watched Raw the other day, and I really liked that fucking punch that Lacey gave Charlotte.
The woman's
Gosh,
right.
that was she
Yeah, I
blasted
kind
her.
of I dig the storyline, and I don't think it's Lacey trying to like sleep with Ric Flair. I think it's Lacey using the one thing that's going to piss Charlotte off and get under her skin to her advantage.
Duh.
So like it reminded me of
We
like
all
when
know
Triple
that.
H had. Well, yeah, but Benison's over there talking about him getting married. I don't think that's. I mean, WWE TV's made it very clear her husband. And she has a daughter because they put it in the storyline with Seth and all that shit.
Yeah,
so
she's
like,
using Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric
She's
Flair's
using
an
him,
old
yeah.
I just
man
wanted to clarify.
who soaks it up. Yeah, man.
You hold WWE too high if you don't think they do this.
Oh yeah, they'd have them fuck on a live television Monday Night Raw after she wins the title. I bet we're gonna get another live sex show:
Oh,
Ric
God.
Flair
How
versus Lacey,
disgusting.
or not?
And we also
Stevie
know
versus, I guess.
Charlotte and Asuka's coming to slowly an end with this team. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they got to do something with Asuka.
They're not. None of these women's teams, to be honest with you, on Raw is terrible. Those titles are just a joke.
They don't have any
I agree.
teams.
They don't. They
have
just
teams.
throw people
Everything's
together
makeshift. It's Peyton Royce.
for names.
The only
And
team
Lacey
they had,
Evans.
they broke up.
They did.
Yeah.
Like Mandy and Sonya.
Iconics.
Yeah.
The Iconics, even though they were annoying, they were an actual team. Riot Squad.
The only team that's an actual team is the Riot Squad
Yeah, that's
that I
it.
can think of right now.
And they broke them up at one point too, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're throwing Billy Kay with them now as well.
Well, she just got kicked out of them Friday.
She's trying to get stuff on her resume. For
So
them.
confused.
Yeah, the women's tag team division needs some work. Hopefully, with this Dusty Cup that they're doing on NXT with all
Yes.
these women tag teams,
Please.
maybe that winner of that should get a title shot. Maybe you can actually make it relevant.
Because those titles deserve so much respect.
Because NXT doesn't
More
have
than what
women's
they're
titles,
getting
and this
right
could be
now.
a good way to catapult a Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez to the main roster too.
Honestly, guys, let's be real. There's a bunch of titles that need to be cut. That's one of them.
I
The
agree.
women's tag team should be cut.
I agree.
The men's tag team should be combined and done with two. Like it's just they're just fillers.
I think that the women's tag team should stay, but I think it should be defended between all three brands. I think
Yeah.
NXT needs to
Okay.
be
Not just
integrated.
Raw and
Because
SmackDown.
Raw and
yeah.
SmackDown's
I agree.
clusterfucked enough.
All
can
three
agree with that.
shows.
I think that we could live with one women's champion. We could live with one world champion.
Yeah.
We could live with the IC in the US and the tags combined, and the champion can travel shows.
I'd be all right.
To
with
where
that.
she or he wants
And
to defend it at.
I also
Yeah,
want
like that.
brand themed pay-per-views again besides the big four. But I know that's asking way too much.
Brand theme is kind
If
of.
you're going to have one champion, though, you can't. I mean, you could, but I don't know.
Either
whatever.
improve the women's tag titles, get rid of them for a while till you actually have real teams that make sense. Just stop making a joke out of it.
He's talking. But
Speaking
it's
of, it's thanks. So Carmella's going to get another title shot. I think everybody went Sasha here.
I gotta say, what's that guy's name?
Reginald.
Reginald. Not to sound creepy, I am married, but I was very jealous of that dude wrestling Sasha Banks on SmackDown. Because did you see some of them moves?
It was her birthday yesterday.
It was her birthday.
She's only like 29, right? I feel like a fucking loser.
That creepy guy off the bump sent her a video on Twitter. It was pretty weird.
Guys.
Ew.
What do you think, Alex?
Wait, to which bit? Who's winning all that match?
Who's winning and why?
It.
I think Banks is winning. I just I know that they played it up for weeks and weeks and weeks for this Carmella return, and it's done nothing. She's no better in the ring than what she was when she left.
She looks different. Plastic surgery did wonders for her.
Well, I think the depth of SmackDown's women division is just isn't that good right now either, because you got Sasha, Bailey, Bianca. There's your top heavy there. You do got Natalia.
She's
you
awesome.
have the Riot Squad.
Tamina's in
See,
there.
Tamina never gets used.
No,
though.
she doesn't.
And then you really,
No.
it's a big drop off
Billie
there.
Kay.
Is Naomi still there?
Yeah.
She's on
injured.
Raw.
Oh, is she on
She
Raw?
got drafted
I
to
forgot
Raw,
about
but
her,
she's
yeah.
injured. The rumor was she was going to join the Hurt Business when she came back
Oh, wow.
because they were going to add a woman to that group.
Josh, you like Naomi.
But now,
They're be broken up before.
yeah,
they
like
get
watching
here.
Raw every week, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
It's like with Rhea, which we'll get to the Women's Rumble, but like with these potential call-ups of women, both shows need like, but Raw's going to get Becky back at some point, Ronda at some point. So Raw can be saved.
And
Those two will pay huge dividends to Raw.
And
Like
they got-
Rhea probably needs to go to SmackDown, even
Probably.
though every storyline that makes sense for her would be to go to Raw and go after
She
Charlotte.
needs
after
to go
last
to
year.
SmackDown.
Like if I was booking the Royal Rumble, I'd have Rhea win it. I'd have Charlotte win that belt. She's going to, and then have Rhea take that belt from her to get revenge from last year.
Sure.
But they both really need depth. And
They should- they
who
should
has the
do.
best women's division in wrestling? It's NXT.
NXT.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Benison looks like he thinks Impact is better.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree. NXT's women's roster is absolutely stacked.
Oh, I was about to bring up your interview from last night. You want to talk about that for a minute? Talking about Impact. You're an Impact guy. Talk about your show here for a second.
Oh, what with little maple leaf muscle Petey Williams?
Pete Williams.
Petey Williams, the inventor of the Canadian Destroyer, that is now, just a transitioning move and not a finishing move, which he loves to point out because, they fucks his fucking finisher over. Yeah, man, he was absolutely incredible to speak to. If you haven't seen it, it's live on the Buzz. Buzz's Facebook and YouTube, and it's live on our Twitter, which is Armchair WrestleMania. So go over and check that out. He's incredible. It's weird to talk to somebody who's still a wrestler but also a producer backstage. So he's got both styles. He's got his in-ring bit and he's got his producing head on, and it's like he just sees wrestling in a different way. So it was insightful, I guess, is the right word to use.
Sure, absolutely.
Go ahead.
I'm saying that's awesome. That's a great interview. Seriously, guys, check it out. And I still can't believe you said NXT is better than Impact after that phenomenal interview.
It is.
It is, though.
He's not going to lie.
It's done now. He's not watching this.
That's fair. He did his part.
Alex has the reputation of stand your ground. He's not going to say, he's not going to bury NXT now.
That's a good point.
I'll get my boy Jack on him.
Yeah, for me, for Sasha and Carmella, this is the third time they're fighting.
I think so, yeah.
It's pointless, but I'm going to pick Sasha, but I'm going to be rooting for Carmella. I do not like Sasha.
That'll make two. You and Corey Graves.
No. Wow, don't even put me in that. I've been a fan of Carmella since day one, so.
I was listening to After the Bell today because I ran out of stuff to listen to at
I've
work.
listened to that. Yeah.
Goldberg was his guest.
Oh, God.
So at the
Ooh,
intro
that.
of his show, he's talking about how he wants Drew to win. Then as he's interviewing Goldberg, he's like, yeah, I hope Goldberg wins. He's like, come on, bro.
Did Goldberg run out of breath like 5 minutes into the interview?
Yeah, they talked about that on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca.
There you go.
Bully Ray was like, I think he hit his spear like too clean. He's like, I don't know if he tucked his head or just hit him so hard that he got DDT'd on accident because he got up and like Goldberg's known for going too hard. We all know from where he banged his head on the damn.
Yeah, he's too intense.
They said that he's always had that issue of getting himself too fired up. So I
He
mean, you
bangs
see,
his head against the wall. I think he does.
My favorite part was when Goldberg made fun of Reigns for using that pad, and Reigns is like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking stupid."
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna use a
Right.
pad.
I'm not going to break my hand on stage.
That's what I told you, Josh. When you do these picks, when you're a champion, there's a big difference in these. If I was a champion, I'd pick
How are you
Carmelo.
going to tell me about being champion? I'm a champion since
Well, I'm
May.
just saying, I don't.
Yeah, but you don't defend it.
Like one defense.
And the last time he did, let's go back in the
Oh,
past.
pardon me for using what I won.
I'll never get over the fact that I've had it once. Thank you to the Street Profits, and this one decides
To
to
be
cash
fair,
in.
your title run lasted longer than Daniel
Shut
Bryan and
up.
Sheamus at
If you did
WrestleMania
not have that brief,
34.
no. If you didn't have that
No,
briefcase,
33?
No, it was like 26.
No, it's like 37 now. That wasn't 11
The point
years
of
ago.
it
It
is-
was. I was in Cincinnati.
How old am I?
It was at
30.
least. It was at least 28.
There's no fucking
The-
way.
It was at least 28.
Time goes by too
The
quick.
point is, if you
29,
didn't
maybe
have
29,
the
maybe 29.
briefcase, I would be champion right now.
And
Which
champion.
I'll get a future rematch because I deserve it. 'Cause
Well,
I technically
when
didn't-
Benison takes that from you,
Benison ain't taking it. Sorry, Benison, you're not.
but
Oh, shit.
Benison, wait, when she has,
Disrespect.
so she's gonna have Damian Priest
Shut up.
interfere in the world title match, win both Royal
No.
Rumbles, and then fight for all the belts at WrestleMania.
Benison, there's a point to what my priest thing is. Don't listen.
No,
He
just
reaches
Yeah.
time, and this
Yeah,
is how
when
you.
you
Couple of times.
when your final four are Damian Priest, Keith Lee, Steve Blackman, and Gangrel, then I'm sure I'll win.
I'm bringing back Steve Blackman to win this Royal Rumble, dude.
The lethal weapon, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
If it could ever happen, the look on your guys' faces.
I've been trying to get a hold of Steve Blackman to interview. When I was a kid, I loved Steve Blackman.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He was actually one of those rumbles I
Dude,
watched last
you guys want to hear it? It's off. It's wrestling, but it's kind of funny. So I read this article the other day where the Godfather about quit WWF when the headline said Godfather almost quit WWF when Vince took his hose away,
Oh, see.
and I was like, I quit too. Take
Have
my
you seen
hose.
his Instagram?
What's that?
Have you seen Godfather's Instagram?
I have not.
No.
No.
He just smokes bongs with strippers. That is it.
Wow.
Okay.
He owns like
He's sharing an Instagram with
Hold on.
Rob Van Dam.
Hold on.
That's what Rob Van Dam's doing too. Every time I see him on Twitter, he's in like a hot tub smoking weed with
Yeah.
some chick in a thong.
You know, what the fuck are they called? That
Uh-huh.
rap duo that are known for just smoking blunts. What are they called now?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No. But they do that podcast called The Smoke Box. Green Thumb, Dr. Green Thumb, or something like that. He was on an episode of that the other day, and he's talking about how him and Jerry Lawler had the first match, and then he just got fucking blazed after.
Oh, wait, we here at the Buzz do not endorse any kind of drug activity.
Well, we condone it. If in your state where you're located condones it, then practice it
Have at it.
safely,
Have
please.
at it.
Here's a fun fact for you guys. My very first live WWF event was when I was in the 6th grade, and the very first guy that I saw was the Godfather. He was the very first guy to come out. The
Ho train. Yep.
So the very first WWF wrestler I ever saw was the Godfather. Fun fact.
Sigh. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Are they still going?
I didn't know they existed.
I don't think so.
I didn't know they existed.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Benison,
go-
you're the rap guy. Do they still rap?
Yeah, they're still there. They're going along touring with, Headbangers and ICP.
I prefer Harmony only.
We'll be seeing them at JD Legends very soon,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Probably.
We saw Naughty by Nature there.
And Hinder.
Yeah.
Hinder.
Hinder changed my life. I've done that song on karaoke for about 6 months running. Back to wrestling. Bobby Lashley, this is not made official, but this is something we think will be. Riddle won the gauntlet match. Lashley or Riddle? U.S. title.
I'm going with Riddle, dog.
Riddle.
And I-
Everybody's going with Riddle, I think.
And I think they're going to fuck it up for him. That's why it's going to be more.
You think they're
interesting.
gonna-
There's a lot of tension, and Bobby Lashley, how much it doesn't matter how many times he says it's not. He said he's going to talk to him. It really does bother him because it's going to eventually cost him, and then he's going to have a problem with it.
Benison, why does WWE have this problem with they have something that works, but let's just split it up? Because the Hurt Business is one of the few things that has worked.
I've got a feeling, and this is my weird prediction for the Rumble, is that MVP, Charlotte Benjamin, Cedric turn on Lashley. Lashley turns to be a mega babyface, and Hurt Business bring in Dabba Kato as to be the big new heavy for him because he's been off TV ever since Raw Underground fucked off.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't think it does. Why would they turn on Lashley when they're the ones fighting each other?
Yeah.
Mind games. It's like when Shield, when it was Ambrose and Reigns that were attacking each other all the time, but it was Rollins that turned on them.
I see. But this would be the opposite of that because they'll be turning on him. I see. All right.
But what if they do it like the Shield and have Kurt Angle join the Hurt Business?
Yeah, to be fair,
Reigns is still. I see Lashley and MVP and Shelton turning on Cedric. I think that's like strike 2 of him.
Or you could just have a pissed off Keith Lee join him and have him go heel.
I think Alexander's
I'll
on
go
his
up
way
against
out.
Lashley.
I would like that.
Actually, I take that back. I see Alexander.
But dude, Venison too. You make a good point.
Yeah.
Kato needs to be involved in something. They sent him back down to the PC in that group of people with where Keith Lee. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Keith Lee's getting buried." So Vince obviously is going to have something for a guy that size and stature.
I thought Kato was part of Mortal Kombat. I'm confused. Like, isn't he Mortal Kombat guy, Kato?
No.
Like the fucking
He's the guy from Raw Underground that's beating everybody's ass to fault Braun Strowman.
Oh, I remember that guy.
I remember Kato. He had like a silver face with. Like,
I apologize to everybody. Chuck,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Chuck quit paying attention to Raw Underground when they took the dancers away.
I'm not wrong. Kato is a Mortal Kombat character. I'm saying.
We don't watch it.
All right, so we all got Riddle. So let's go to as always, ladies first. The Women's Royal Rumble match. 18 to be determined participants still.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
I expect NXT to be involved.
Maybe a couple.
Maybe a couple.
Maybe a Trish Stratus here and there.
Yeah, so real quick.
Past Hall of Famers. Yeah.
Nia Jax, Charlotte, Bayley, Bianca, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Tamina so far. There could be some announced on SmackDown, but that's all we have
that's crazy.
right now. So there's only 12 with 18 left. I feel like half will be filled in by NXT,
Yeah.
then half will be filled in by
Hall of Famers.
random people.
Random people.
Sure.
So Benison, give me one person that you'd love to see be a surprise entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, I've got 4 people that I think could come back.
We said one.
I'm fucking getting to it.
Final 4.
I actually started this.
You know what the thing is? I've got a title match against you on, but it's you that I fucking hate. The one that I really expect and I think would be quite cool to see because she's been on Glow would be Ivory.
Oh, I like Glow.
Yeah.
That's a good show. They canceled that shit. Why the fuck did they cancel it?
Because Netflix canceled everything that's
I
good.
know.
They
Stupid.
did. I've noticed that.
That's why you go get Peacock.
Yeah, that's fair.
Vince will promote Peacock.
All right. So who's your pick and who's your final 4?
My pick to win is Bianca Belair. I just think they're putting her over so strong. And I mean, to be fair, she is probably the best women's athlete they've got at the moment. But my final 4 is Belair, Bayley, Rhea, and Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, that's
2 NXT chicks in the top 4.
Yeah.
Martinez.
Yeah, she's a good one.
Remember, she's a retribution for one night.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
was.
fuck this. I
And then
like
she went back
having
to
a
NXT.
career. Then went back to NXT. Now she's
She
probably
went-
going to be fighting for the NXT women's title soon.
She was teaming with Aaliyah on NXT with Robert Stone, and she beat the crap out of him and went back though.
I dig that.
I did
Alright.
too. Yeah,
All right.
it's good.
I feel like a dick. Who's your other 3 that you think is going to be a surprise?
Well, I'll let you guys do your surprises, and if you don't pick her, I'll tell you.
Do it to one. So
Alright.
like,
I have
shit.
a really good one for
Go
the
ahead.
Chelsea Green.
Oh God.
Well, because she
How quickly does she get injured in this time?
on Twitter, she was saying, and she showed a video of her working out and stuff, and she said that she's 100%. She's nothing broken. She's due to come back. She said on Twitter.
Till
All
she
right.
falls down the ramp.
Chelsea Green.
who do you have
She
winning?
said she's about to come back.
Who do you got winning, and who the hell's your final 4? Chelsea Green. Stop it. Chelsea Green versus Asuka.
No.
If WrestleMania is
No.
headlined by Damian Priest versus
Shut
Roman Reigns
up.
and Chelsea fucking Asuka,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what?
lose my shit.
Hashtag both of those on Twitter and see what people
I'll have to. You know how
Damian Priest
shitty.
likes it.
You know how shitty it'd be if I have to cancel Peacock and lose The Office twice.
I don't know.
I'm at the WrestleMania on 2 nights where one's main evented by Damian Priest against Roman Reigns, and the other one's Asuka versus Chelsea Green in a don't break my arm match.
Chelsea Green. I don't have her winning. I have her being a
Hold on,
mystery.
Yvonne's final four is Lita, Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, and Mae Young.
Deal.
So,
Mae
but she has,
Whoa,
but
Mae Young is.
Yvonne has Bianca winning. So take that.
Up. I don't have Chelsea Green winning. I have her being in it.
Who's your final
You
four?
missed
Who's your
completely. I'm gonna
final four?
hashtag both of those and see what they both say on Twitter.
Oh man, stop it!
Prove to all.
I'm rubbing my nose again, and Archie's gonna think I'm doing drugs. Who's your final four?
It'll be best to do what's wrong with you. We know what's wrong with you.
I'm waiting for it. You're rubbing your nose again. It's not Coke. I have fucking a runny nose, and it's not COVID either.
It's Coke. It's definitely Coke. It's definitely
Dave LaGreca's never coming on this shit.
All right, I got Charlotte,
Woo!
Bailey. Who the heck was my last one? I don't remember who it was. Alexa.
All right,
I can't even think.
Chuck, save this show.
Oh, yeah, I'm the wrong guy. I'm no Chris Jericho.
Shut up.
If he gains any more, never mind.
I got a surprise after it for you fools, though. And you've all been saying, well, she ain't going to come back till after WrestleMania. Fuck that.
Boy.
Becky Lynch is coming back this Sunday.
And you have Bianca winning.
Yep.
You think Chelsea Green's crazy compared to that?
Don't compare Chelsea Green to
Shut
Becky
up.
Lynch.
Becky just had a baby.
Becky Lynch is more manly than Zack Ryder ever was,
Well, that's-
or Matt
you know what?
Cardona, whatever the fuck his name
That's
is
true.
now.
I think that's correct. Fuck Bianca Belair. I'm changing my pick right now. Not only is Becky Lynch come back this Sunday at the Royal Rumble, Becky Lynch is going to go on to win the Royal Rumble and take on whoever the fuck has that title
So
come
who are you taking out of your
WrestleMania.
final four? Yeah, Belair, Charlotte, Bailey, and Baszler.
Sorry, Baszler.
So
Watch him be right. This will be so funny.
at
Watch Becky-
WrestleMania, I will be defending my RSH championship against somebody to be determined because Chuck just ended his any opportunity that a woman who just had a kid 3 weeks ago
She
is
just
going to go win
posted
the
a
Royal
picture on
Rumble.
Twitter.
Wait, it's not that early, is it?
It's pretty fucking early.
She has a picture holding a baby.
You don't follow her on Instagram?
All right, I retract all of that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Tweeting mine to Chelsea Green.
That's what I
I
get.
ain't doing that.
That's what I get.
That's all bullshit. I retract all of that.
Maybe we should do surprises.
So thank God for this little arrow I can hit and just erases stuff.
That was all nonsense.
Hey, shout out the WordPress. You gotta put that shit over real quick.
We're ready for Becky to be back.
I thought she was born like 3 months ago.
She just had a baby.
She just had it.
I thought it was like a year
She
ago.
had a
Well,
picture,
somebody
she had a
doesn't follow
picture on
that.
Twitter.
I don't follow her on Twitter.
She was working out. She was holding her baby.
Denise,
online.
I'm not being. Who am I being mean to? You can't say don't be mean then laugh
Probably
because you're
to his
literally
sister,
encouraging
probably.
me to be meaner.
Probably to his sister. He's like that.
All right. Anyway,
Dick, dude. Dick. Ridiculous. That's what Kaney does.
all right.
There he goes.
Bianca Belair. I got Bianca winning. I mean, they're obviously strapping a rocket to her back at this point.
Yeah.
Her carrying Otis around on Friday was pretty damn
She's a
impressive
big
too.
guy to be.
Which
Woo.
I do like Bailey's style. She's like, yeah, I'll carry Jack Gable, and then Otis pops out.
She has
And
does
she-
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kool-Aid, man. I'm sorry. I'm fucking over Otis.
Don't give Vince any ideas.
Kool-Aid guy.
He was going to dress up FTR in some kind of, I forget what the hell it
Oh,
was
I
before
forget.
they left. Which, I mean, they're out
His
there jobbing
entrance,
to Jungle
Otis
Boy
comes
now,
out
but
with like
whatever.
a red outfit on. So yeah,
Anyway,
It's really sad that FGR doesn't even have a fucking definition because everything is copyrighted. Get a new goddamn name. It's not that difficult. You fucking. I'm sorry. I can't stand those guys. They drive me crazy with their we're the revival. Oh wait, that's already been used. Free the revival. Oh wait, free. Oh, it's already been used too. I'm gonna just use it anyway. Oh, it's those guys, and then we know that. Oh, we're so unoriginal. We can't think of something, so we're just gonna use those fucking letters.
Now
And
they're on
be buried forever.
AEW.
They can just say too
FDR.
sweet.
Jesus Christ,
now they're on AEW FDR.
Listen, we're not talking about AEW. It's about the Royal Rumble. So I got Bianca winning, Charlotte, Alexa, and Bailey in the final four. I think Bianca eliminates Bailey to win it because it's been coming out of them two every week on SmackDown.
I can believe
Makes
that.
sense, yeah.
You know, I could see that. Alexa is the only one that I don't think is going to be realistic just because she's involved in other stuff. But you could be right. I don't know.
Maybe she turns back into, 2 years ago, Alexa Bliss, like she did on Raw, and just gets eliminated.
I mean, yeah, that's what I
That
think.
way it protects her. She can keep
Sure.
changing characters
I
throughout
think
the match.
I think she'll be in it. I just don't think she'll be that far in it. just because she has to go back to doing this other stuff come Raw.
All right, Becky Lynch.
Here's the weird feeling: if we don't see the Fiend come in the Rumble, I see Alexa make an appearance screwing Orton.
Like literally?
No, like not like that. Not like that. No.
Not after you.
Let's hope he uses Manscaped.
To get revenge on Orton if the Fiend won't appear in the Rumble. She's gonna come out and pop in the Rumble, and she could throw Orton out. She's gonna get payback on Orton though.
Oh,
All right, so y'all got Bianca.
Yep.
To be fair, what he did to her was payback for her literally
She set Bray on fire.
and Randy on fire.
Well, Alexa's gonna get hers for the
She
RKO.
fireballed his face. And RKO was very little retribution.
I know, but he did cost her the title. She's in the title match.
That's true.
That's it.
And then she won the title again. Never had a brand new toy, as she said.
No, that's sad, but she's gonna pop in the Rumble.
All right, Benison, did we name all your surprise entrants?
I didn't give a surprise entry.
Who, me?
No.
I didn't give one.
I didn't either.
I retracted mine.
Well, damn it. You changed your pick 4 times.
From Becky to
I can't keep track. All right, so if it's not Becky.
Tori Wilson.
Okay.
You're gonna prove
All right, go ahead. Did
Benison.
you freeze?
Oh, sorry. You froze. I didn't hear what you said. The other
You fell
three.
asleep.
The other three. Melina, because she was on Raw for that Legends night.
yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
she was. Yeah, I forgot.
Good, nice pick. I like that pick. That's good.
Mia Yim coming back as actual Mia Yim, not part of Retribution.
I thought Mia Yim was a skater. An ice
No,
skater.
she's Blasian.
No.
She was on NXT. I see.
Okay. Not sure I'm thinking of that.
You need to watch. He needs to watch some old NXT.
And only because she does it every year, Molly Holly.
Yeah, that's not even a surprise at this point. That's just, she's going to be there.
Yeah.
Surprise. See, Benison, you already took mine. Mine was going to be Rhea because she's obviously going to be in this match because she's, sold for every woman on NXT to kind of pass that torch like she did to Gonzalez. So she's moving up. I feel like you're going to see some other ones from down there come in. Probably Chelsea Green, even though she's not going to come close to winning it.
I didn't have
Candice LeRae, I think, will appear again. But she was in it last year. But I feel like the NXT women, they're going to have them look pretty good. And try to get some more eyes on NXT. If they see all these NXT people, probably like, hey, you can catch them on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. And
it's going to be a very NXT filled evening, I think.
I'm okay with that.
I am too.
Actually, I'd rather that than some of the legends are cool, but I don't need to see some of them ever again.
I want to see Steve Blackman. He's been a minute. He was there for some memorial show. All
right, so let's go get to the men's rumble then, before you confuse people. So Steve Blackman, who you want to appear?
I mean, that's not gonna happen, but it'd be awesome. Yeah, man. He was at the 25th anniversary show or something, and it was awesome to see. So what's the
You
question?
said you hated anniversary shows.
Oh, I do, but I like seeing Steve Blackman.
Oh,
He's my favorite one. He fought Shane McMahon once. Remember that show?
Shane McMahon's the greatest in the world.
He fought Steve Blackman.
I didn't even
Don't
read
start with that. He has
what
the
Bruce
trophy.
Pritchard said, but it better not be anything other than he's the greatest wrestler in the world.
I couldn't care what
That's-
Bruce Pritchard has to say.
All right, so before you give your picks, as of right now, the men's entrants are Edge, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Ali, Jeff Hardy, Cesaro, Otis, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Jey Uso, Miz and Morrison, Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Big E, Randy Orton, and 13 spots to be determined.
Nice.
Who's your pick and your final four?
My pick. What did I say earlier?
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. That's who I'm not good on the spot stuff.
I'm not either.
So Daniel Bryan is my pick only because 1, he's never won the Royal Rumble. 2, he's his way out, but he's not out yet. And I think that'd be a good way to do it. 3, this Royal Rumble is kind of a wash anyway. So it's finally time to give him the one rub that he was should have gotten back in 2015, Roman Reigns. So it's time. And he's been losing a lot, which I think.
Yeah, it kind of adds up. He lost to Cesaro, and then he lost to I forget who the hell Shinsuke, right? In that
Daniel Bryan's been on a losing streak.
Yeah,
He
so
has.
they can
He
play
has.
that whole losing streak thing up for a while.
And then to see the build, and I was thinking about anybody else. There's a lot of other guys who could win. Shinsuke could win. All those guys could win. But when you think about the build to WrestleMania, Bryan is the most interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
He has the fans. Well, I know there's no fans right now, but people want to see him win.
He's a sentimental baby
So-
face.
Absolutely.
And it's always good to have a face going in on the title chase. Face versus heel. Face needs to be going against the title, going for the title.
Mhm.
That's the better run. So I think that makes the most sense as Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yvonne?
I got Daniel Bryan. Everything Chuck said. I ain't gonna say nothing because everything he said is correct.
And your
About Daniel
final
Bryan.
4?
Got Orton, Edge, Styles, and Daniel Bryan.
It's coincidence you have 2 of your favorite 4 wrestlers. Why is Damian Priest not in your final 4?
He's gonna be that's gonna be my surprise appearance.
Benison, you hear this shit? Shane, you're taking this title. Shayna got Damian Priest in her final 4,
Shut up.
but he's winning the Rumble.
No.
Rookie. Absolute rookie.
All right. I also got Daniel Bryan. Bryan, Edge, Orton, and Styles. Styles has been getting. He's basically the qualifying guy. Like, you beat me, and he's just been kicking people's ass.
Sure.
Osmus is going to catch his ass 5 or 6 times when he gets thrown out. I'm sort of hoping Edge, because Styles got hurt last year, right? When Edge speared him.
He did, yeah.
I really want to see Edge and Styles in
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to see Styles.
Yeah,
in
that'd be a
Edge,
good
man.
match.
And then
I would
Fiend
love-
can do something else, and Orton can do something fucking else
Yeah.
too. Like, I want to see that, or I want to see Edge versus Seth. I want to see something new.
Something new we haven't seen.
Dude, Styles and
Right.
Edge would be.
But it's
fucking
going to be
phenomenal.
Orton
Absolutely.
versus Edge probably again, even though they could each do that at Chamber or now Fastlane,
Right.
and serve the same purpose.
Who knows? Yeah.
But those 4, I think it comes down to, and it goes down to Daniel Bryan and Edge, and I think Orton screws Edge over. Daniel Bryan wins. Fight Roman Reigns.
I just hope that the first person Edge spears in the Royal Rumble this year is fucking Dolph Ziggler to rectify the camera.
Get it on camera. All right, let me ask you this: 2 Benison, before we even get to your pick, there's 2 huge names being floated being in this, and they could be the complete game changers in it: Cena and Brock.
Oh boy.
I could see Brock coming back, and I hate to admit it. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it if Brock
Because
was
if he
in.
comes
I
back and
agree.
wins, you already know who he's fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
And I don't want him to win it, but if he came back as a surprise entrant, I think that'd be like, oh shit, that just changes everything.
Yep.
And I would be.
You let the ring pile up, you just
Yeah.
come start throwing people out,
And I hate to admit that I would kind of get that feeling in my belly from it, but I would. I know I would. So.
and then music hits, he comes down, then he shows up on SmackDown like, Paul, what the fuck?
But he's been gone now for a long enough time that I don't.
He hasn't
fucking
been
hate
back since WrestleMania
Right.
last
So
year.
it's been that long, so I'm finally over the fact, oh, here he is holding a belt for a fucking year. So I would enjoy it. Now, if he won, I'd be pissed. But if he
Me
came in
too.
and
I
just
kind of hope he wins.
If he
Just so
came-
you
no, because it'd be him. Or I guess Roman Reigns.
Paul Heyman is a special
Yeah.
referee.
All right,
The
I
Paul
wouldn't-
Heyman factor.
I was
know we
thinking
talked about
Goldberg,
that.
but you're not wrong when it comes to that. If he goes to SmackDown, I wouldn't hate it.
They're not going to do. They can't do Brock and Goldberg again.
God.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
And
but
Seth
they
Rollins
can't.
could also be in that Rumble too.
Yeah,
He's due to come
I
back
think-
too.
Yeah, surprise entrant. Give me one.
Rollins would be one. I'm gonna say Priest. Shut up.
I'm going outside
Just
the
because
box.
of you guys make him.
Is Priest really a surprise entrant? He's a full-time wrestler. Would that be a surprise entrant?
Well, he hasn't been on the
He
main
ain't on-
roster
he has
before.
No.
He's like,
That's a good point.
they,
Good point. Good point.
they said he's like done with NXT right now. He's just not on.
He outgrew the NXT North American title very quickly.
I got you.
He's ready to
Really
come up.
quickly. And they
So, who
fed
knows?
him the cross. They had a great match, and now he's up. He's
He's
moving
like-
on.
So is Rhea.
I think Karrion Kross is in the Rumble this year. He's
Yeah.
not doing anything on NXT right now except beating the shit out of people. He's not in the title picture. They're going obviously with Pete Dunne and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I think Kross appears,
He
and
could.
and we're going to get a face-to-face with the Fiend.
Yeah.
But we have the Fiend doing other stuff at WrestleMania.
I mean, that doesn't mean he can just have a face-to-face, quick, brief
Oh, I
interaction with
gotcha.
Kross and just
I
they
see.
move on.
Plant
I
the
got you.
seeds, man.
What is it?
Plant the seeds. You got to get that little storyline, and then you can call back to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You're just looking at each other. And it's like, yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, I know who you are. And they just start kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah, I'll dig that. I'll
Yeah.
be all right with that life
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, Benison, who do you got winning?
I know who Benison has. Benison is going to be a UK thing. Benison is going to agree with Simon and have the Brooklyn Brawler.
I thought he's going to pick Walter.
I know you guys are mean. Not so-
I've got Brian winning. Surprise,
Oh.
surprise. We've all picked Brian.
We're all taking the baby face.
See, we're boring as fuck. We're just like, yeah, that guy's going to win.
Hey, his Final Four is a little bit different, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got Daniel Bryan, Maven, Just Incredible, and Hurricane.
Just incredible.
It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
I think Adam Pearce is going to be in the Rumble.
He probably will. Probably.
The dude's scrappy.
Or Omos, AJ
Scrap
Styles'
Daddy.
guy. I think he's going to be in.
So-
Omos.
All right, so Benison's real final four is Styles, Orton, Bryan, and tell us more about Nakamura. Do you think he's actually going to get a push again, or WWE's just kind of blowing smoke up our ass, trying to get our hopes up?
I genuinely think they realised they've missed a beat on him, and maybe if Triple H has got a bit more control creative-wise backstage, I think Nakamura will get another run. Maybe it might only run as like an IC title, like Big E's getting his bit of a push at the moment. We'll see if he's main event or not. He'll get that push again. Whether he'll go full whack, like they'll put the belt on him, I don't know, but I think they'll let him go Final Four here.
I'm actually surprised none of us have Big E in the Rumble. In the Final Four, I should say. Because he's the second. The three favorites are Daniel Bryan, Keith Lee, and Big E. And fourth's Brock Lesnar.
Wow.
So Big E's a very popular pick. I think it's a little bit early for him to be thrown into the title picture.
I agree.
Even he said in an interview that he doesn't feel he's paid his dues as a singles competitor to be in the title picture yet.
Yeah.
And if he was booking himself, he wouldn't be in the WrestleMania title picture this year because he wants to pay his dues and not be that guy that gets shit on for getting thrown right into it.
Well, that's fine, and he won't win the Rumble. But as the Final Four, though, that would help solidify his place in the company.
And the
it
IC
would.
title,
Yeah,
too.
it would, absolutely.
So there's
The point, because we have the potential Sami Zayn versus him. Probably a triple threat is what we're predicting.
probably.
Or
yeah.
Sami Zayn.
Daniel Bryan. So if he wins, he's obviously going after Roman.
Yeah.
I would have to say that.
Yeah.
All right.
He's on SmackDown makes the most sense.
Speaking of Roman, Benison, 0 to 100. What percent does KO have of winning this match?
1.
Shit.
It's better than 0.
I was going to say 20
I give him 30.
because there are 2 pay-per-views that Roman Reigns could win it back before
Chamber,
WrestleMania. So,
Fastlane.
but
I don't like
agree.
the addition of Fastlane. And now, it makes sense now because it's going to be Peacock's first pay-per-view, but I still don't like it.
It's just a waste of time. It
Like-
always has been.
They could just stack a Raw instead.
I mean, we've always said Fastlane is basically just an overproduced Raw. The Raws are already overproduced. So.
Absolutely.
Yvonne, 0 to 100. What percent do you have of KO winning?
15.
All right, I'm the most optimistic.
It's going to be.
I'm only optimistic because, like Chuck said, there's 2 more pay-per-views.
Yeah.
But if you take the strap off Reigns,
what's your percentage?
30.
Oh, 30. Shit.
It's going to be a good match, but we know that toward the end, KO is going to win.
If
Try to
KO
win, and it's going to be
wins,
interference. again.
Yvonne, yours should be 100 because you're going to have KO winning as Damian Priest
Shut
attacks
up.
Roman Reigns.
I'm putting down.
Hey, read what Sidus had to say. I think WWE owes us some royalties here. So, Sai said for all of you audio-only listeners, as you all know, I do not watch WWE TV, just the pay-per-views. For the first time I can remember, maybe since 1993, I was not excited about the Rumble event, and that is a shame. However, listening to you 4 has made me look forward to the show Sunday, so thank you all.
You're
Well,
welcome,
Sai, if you're
So we
looking
do it.
forward to a Damian Priest
Shut
winning the World Championship,
up.
if I haven't made it abundantly clear,
I'm putting. We
you know how
heard
shitty, you know how bad, you guys can roast the shit out of me next week if that actually happens.
I was going to say, can I come back? Can I come back from this?
He wins the Rumble, turns the KO match to a triple threat, beats both their asses, and leaves with the belt.
I've seen worse
If
things.
he's in the Rumble as a surprise, I'm going to be like, yes.
He's going to be in the Rumble, but he's not. I don't think he's going to win it. That should be a good. I'm looking most forward to the Men's Royal Rumble. To Sai's point about being excited, I can't remember the last time a Rumbles came around that it could go many ways. I could see 5 or 6 different people winning each of them.
Yeah.
I could see Ripley winning the women's. I could see somebody like Bayley winning it and going right after Banks
Yeah.
again.
Mhm.
Charlotte never counter out.
You know what I did read, though?
Awesome.
I read that Stephanie McMahon is still kind of teasing The Rock this year. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I
Yeah.
would love to see the Rock
right.
in the Rumble.
What the odds CM Punk shows up?
I forgot about Punk.
You know,
I don't know.
Have you seen the graphic from over
yeah.
BT Sport over here? Basically, they will show our pay-per-views. if we're not watching it on the network. Their graphic, the middle of it is 4 pieces of equipment. It's Punk's tape with the crosses on. It's Ronda's kilt, Brock's gloves, and a switchblade, which is Jay White from New Japan.
Yeah, the rumors are Jay White could be going down NXT.
Dude, I forgot Ronda Rousey. She should be my surprise entrant. Okay, she's my surprise entrant.
Do you see her quote where she was like, it showed her on the betting odds, and she's like, man, I'm glad I could win or lose some people some money or something. That's pretty funny because she's like one of the odds, like 5th or 6th odds.
She's supposed to.
I forgot about her existence.
She's supposed to come back too.
Well, that's probably a good thing. That'd make it a surprise.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, CM Punk is the X factor because I read, again, the internet must be true, but like he was in talks with WWE late 2020. Triple H and him had great talks. Vince, however, was hesitant. However, we all know that Vince likes money. So, and he's been notorious for fuck our past, but we can make money now. Who the fuck cares?
I have to quote some dude off Twitter. He said, Vince just made $1 billion. Pay CM Punk.
Yeah.
You have the money now.
Like, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing. However, CM Punk isn't a long-term. I'm kind of over Punk myself. I don't really care at this point. But as
the feud for him is already there.
Yeah, like
Seth.
Seth, yeah, that doesn't have him work.
They had the shit on backstage.
Yeah.
Remember the shit last year on Backstage Medicine where Seth was like, come fight me, bro. And Punk's like, I'm being a talk show host. And Seth has nothing going on right now. Seth and Punk would work at Mania.
Maybe Rollins is in the Rumble.
And he throws out
all of a sudden, CM Punk comes and throws him out.
Yeah.
And then Rollins runs in, throws him out.
Yeah, man.
They do that shit all the time.
If that happened, I would get a boner. I'm just saying.
If Punk comes back, then there's part of me that thinks AJ Lee might be in the women.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, AJ Lee.
She's remembered too.
But that being said, though, if AJ, the women's rumble will be first. So if AJ Lee's in the women's rumble, that will kind of take some of the surprise away from Punk's return.
Maybe.
I think it would.
I don't know.
I think it's absolutely.
I don't think.
A question for
I give it a 0% chance Punk's in this year's Royal Rumble. So I'd be insanely
I'll give it
surprised.
a 2%.
With no
2.
WWE
They could do the
they
could do the Ronda tease.
I'm sorry, what?
You know, the Ronda tease. So they have AJ come out in the women's rumble. Then the men's rumble, they have all 30. The winners stood in the ring celebrating, and then Punk comes.
But okay.
Yeah, kind of like they did with Rousey last year, right?
But I mean, I remember when they did that with, like, I think Angle won the Rumble, then like Taker showed up and like made the ring shake or some shit. So
that was a world title match against Mark Henry.
Good times. So don't talk about Mark Henry around Ryback.
Dude, Mark Henry verbally assaulted Ryback.
Ryback's a bitch.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Mark Henry like went off on dude. Yeah.
But anyway, so like that I would be okay with, but that would mean that CM Punk would have to be in a feud with the winner of the Rumble after that, right?
Seth versus Punk, taking his money up.
Yep.
I like that.
That's the feud I want.
That'd be really good. They're very similar. It'd be awesome.
A question for you guys: when Seth returns, do you want to see him as a Messiah or back?
I want to hear burn it fucking down, and I want him to come out.
The Messiah.
Babyface Seth.
We're done with Messiah. We have to be done with Messiah.
Burn it down. Ready.
Look,
No.
Vince is pissed off.
No, we don't want burn it down. Fucking here, come on, I'll be fucking General Seth Rollins trying to fire everybody up. If he goes back to NXT Seth Rollins, yes, I'm fine with him not being the Messiah. But for God's sake, I can't hear burn it down. It's not a fucking chance. For fuck's sake.
Well, the
Come
Messiah
on,
is terrible.
fireball, people catching on fire.
Thanks, Bernie.
Burn it down just fits what WWE's going for. Great Balls of Fire will be back this year. I'm sure it'll be great.
Like, I don't mind the burn it down music, but like I understand what you're saying about the personality. Like, I can't do the Messiah personality anymore.
But he's much better babyface, I feel.
His hair and his little bun that had in the suit, that has to stop.
I mean,
I like the Messiah character. It was my wallpaper on my laptop for about
We
6
know
months.
it was.
I photoshopped myself. He dressed up as Jesus at Mania last year.
Yeah,
The dude's
So did you?
we've all heard of Waco. Or we all know David Koresh. We don't need any more fucking.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you
If you bring him back, just bring back J&J Security with him.
Yeah, them too.
I don't mind JK security.
Somebody on the buzz.
That's probably Archie. Come on now.
Will Samoa Joe be wrestling again?
We don't know yet. He's still injured. He's always injured. Hopefully.
Did he get hurt filming a commercial?
It happens to the
Wasn't that what it was? So seriously, I think he got hurt
I think
filming
he
a commercial.
did. I think
There's two rumors. There's he already failed a drugs test, but was doing the commercial. Then got a concussion on the commercial set, so he had a drugs test ban and a concussion.
Damn.
So was the concussion because of the drugs?
Probably.
Honestly,
I would.
Every time the word drugs gets said, our numbers like quadruple.
all those.
So next week on Artist State, we're going to talk about the biggest drugs in wrestling history.
You want to talk about drugs? Today,
You need to stop rubbing your nose. That's why.
I got pills this
Don't
morning,
do
just so
it
you
in my
guys know.
direction.
But when it comes to Samoa Joe, honestly, when it comes to his in-ring work, I don't really give a shit. I've been watching Joe since TNA with Styles and all those guys back in the day. I've never cared for his in-ring work specifically, but I've always loved his mic abilities. I think he'd be a great announcer/manager.
Yeah,
I might
he
call
would.
him. I think
I think he'd be a great GM.
Oh yeah,
Kind of like
absolutely.
Sonya Deville on SmackDown.
Yeah, she's doing a great job on SmackDown.
We'll get to Goldberg and Drew in a second. Why does it feel like SmackDown and Raw are ran by two different companies?
Because they're running by different.
So, like, SmackDown suddenly has Sonya Deville. Why doesn't Raw have something like that?
Right.
Why is
They need
SmackDown
it.
booked so logically and clean and crisp? And why is Raw just thrown together?
my
Yeah.
opinion is Vince McMahon has his hands more on Raw than SmackDown.
Yeah, like Benson
Yeah,
said earlier,
yeah.
Triple H is backstage a lot with SmackDown right now.
Why do you need Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce on SmackDown? Send one to Raw.
Yeah, you have two on SmackDown, none on Raw.
You got to send Adam Pearce to Raw. He's getting in fucking trouble on SmackDown. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
By Roman.
Well, he does go to Raw. He's been on Raw quite a bit.
He needs
But
to stay there.
he just
Have
also,
Sonya run SmackDown.
yeah. Here lately, he's only been on SmackDown, but for a minute, he was back and forth.
Bring back Teddy Long.
Dude,
all,
yeah.
all day,
Oh,
all day.
One-on-one with The Undertaker.
Miz Morrison's-
Dude, and I read a rumor today. It's possible he appears at the Rumble.
Oh, really?
The Undertaker.
Oh, wow.
If he's in, if he's in,
Let me see the most bizarre. Maybe I can find it real quick.
How about I'll throw Kane
The
out
most
there.
off-the-wall name that I've heard enter the Rumble is fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I would love that.
Dude, imagine like a Stone Cold CM Punk encounter at the Royal Rumble this year.
Now that, if not Seth and Punk, that would be the one you do.
Austin and
Talk about boners.
You talk about Monday Night Raw getting
yes.
more than 2 million viewers.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we got Tyson Peters, great guy. You can catch him on
Tyler.
the podcast.
Tyler Peter.
Oh. Meanwhile, we got Tyler Peters. Catch him on the Rewind Wrestling
Wrong
Podcast.
person.
Combine him with,
He's learning his ass off over here. So this is an awesome show.
yeah, he's only saying that because he's watched 3 minutes of it, maybe.
I'm getting named
Making
wrong.
fun of you, Monster.
All right, so here I actually found it. Hold on one second.
What did you find? We look it up again.
The most crazy Legends Parade, what it's called. So there's a source that says John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin
Jesus
Nash,
Christ.
and The Undertaker are all being discussed as surprise
And
entrants
Andre the
for the
Giant.
men's Royal Rumble match.
And Mae Young. Andre the Giant. Who else we got? Fucking Scott Steiner. Fucking who has been invented any WrestleMania ever? Let's
All
throw
right,
that name
so
on the
here's
list.
the odds. The men's Rumble, the favorites Daniel Bryan, and Keith Lee, Big E, Brock Lesnar, and Edge. The women's favorites are Bianca, Alexa, Rhea, Rousey, and Bayley.
Rousey, I think Rousey. After hearing her name, I forgot all about her existence, but I think she'll be in it after Alex brought her up.
She probably will.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'm sorry, Tyler. I know your name's not Tyson. I'm not. That was a Freudian slip. I'm gonna tell you.
He had too much strawberry wine.
I've been drinking my.
He's drinking like he's 17.
It's just 7-Up. Like,
Don't lie. All right, so the main of I don't know if this will be the main event or not. I'm guessing the men's Royal Rumble would be the main event,
yeah,
Yeah.
but Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg, the match we've all been waiting for.
yeah.
Drew McIntyre is a slight favorite, according to whatever this website's called.
All right. Bye.
Benison's back. So this is what Benison's going to do during that match.
And Roman's a dead favorite.
So
This is what this match wants me to do. I get up and I'll leave for this match.
Please scare Benson off.
now Benison's going to subscribe to Peacock real quick. We'll be right back.
Unsubscribe, you mean?
But all right, I got Drew.
Why? So why is Drew the favorite? Why do we think that?
So he's going out of his way to. He's already said everything, but like I guarantee. I feel like this is trying to really solidify Drew as. And notice how WWE's brought up Goldberg always wins these matches. He comes in and takes the title. He comes in and takes the title. He comes in and takes the title. They don't really mention that stuff normally. It's just like he's going to do it. You don't like it? Piss off. You're still going to watch. Kind of like I used to always say. And Bully Ray said it yesterday on Bust Open. He's like, they just appear to be strapped to the rocket. Back to Drew's back. Fans are coming, and they want him to get over as a megastar. How else do you start? He beats the guy that's been pissing off wrestling fans for the last 2 years.
If that was going to be the case, I would say you would save that for when fans are there.
But he's already missed his moment.
But that would be a good way to bring him back. That would be the second chance. Is the guy that everybody hates having to be that guy. I just don't see it. I think Goldberg's winning. It's going to be stupid.
I hope not.
So we all got Drew except you.
I'm fine with that.
I ain't putting my title on Goldberg. So.
I'm the same.
Madison, why is Drew going to win?
Because if Goldberg wins, I will never watch WWE again.
See, that's a personal response, not a logical response.
I agree.
The logical response is you are going to put Drew over as a champion. Let him beat the one person who comes in and takes the title most. You've done it with Lesnar. Do it with Goldberg.
You know what? What if we're overthinking this whole Randy Orton versus Bray thing? Granted, Alexis didn't just get RKO, but what if Goldberg and Drew actually does main event and the Fiend comes out and calls Goldberg the match? It's like, listen, dude, I'm not forgetting you.
That'd be a good redemption. Sure.
And he beats the shit out of Goldberg at Mania.
I'll be right with that.
Ends it.
Ain't gonna happen. I'll be right with that.
It makes sense. Or Goldberg loses, enters the Rumble, and then Fiend takes him out.
Yeah.
Or Goldberg loses and enters the Rumble and fucking wins.
What's cool about this year to me, you guys tell me what you think. There's so many scenarios that can play out that are logical.
Mm-hmm.
And then with WWE, there are obviously millions of them that are illogical, which means T-Bar is probably going to win the Royal Rumble.
T-Bar. I feel like I'm forgetting one.
There was a report I saw that like MJF could be in the Royal Rumble. It's like that. Some people are absolutely out of their fucking mind.
That's just what you call incorrect.
What about Sean Spears? He already left AEW.
He's on Impact now. Yeah.
Is Sean Spears on Impact?
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry. The other guy's on Impact now.
Ryder?
Zack Ryder. That's right. Zack Ryder. I was thinking of, yeah. Same thing.
Josh.
Zack Ryder. He's at TNA now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he teamed with someone who I interviewed. Just saying, Josh Alexander.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
That's awesome.
He is pretty cool too.
Impact guy over here, man. This dude.
Yeah.
If you like Impact, if you watch Impact Wrestling, if you've ever watched Impact Wrestling, you go to Armchair Wrestling right now on the buzz, on their own stuff, and listen to all of their amazing Impact interviews.
Yeah, and hashtag Josh better win the giveaway.
You just
And
won something.
before we wrap it up, working fans, my answer was Daniel Bryan. So watch Working Fans on Wednesday. They'll let you know when you give the correct answer. You can win. I'm pretty sure it's a T-shirt.
I like T-shirts. I'll win. I know the answer right now. It's
So
Daniel
Daniel
Bryan.
Bryan.
So do I.
Now, if anybody's a smartass and says Charlotte,
Woo!
I'll be watching Working Fans, and I'll look at your Facebook page. I'll locate where you are, pandemic or not. I will drive down there and book your cane cast.
gosh.
So,
AJ, that means you, because you're going to be the guy that does it.
Strange Brew?
Yeah, he'd be that guy.
That guy's strange.
You don't have issues with anybody else but Charlie. You don't like
I'm trying to
Naomi
get go away heat.
You don't like Naomi either because they dress alike. They both dress in neon.
It's like why people still watch Monday Night Raw. Just like pure torturing of themselves.
Dude, habit and obligation. That's
Yeah.
why I still watch. Habit and obligation.
So before we play our outro video, you know what the number one trend in the world is right now?
Chuck Winchester.
Gangnam Style.
Seriously?
Wow.
It's trending with video games.
Oh my god.
Oh, because there's a Gangnam Style character on Fortnite.
With a mask on.
What is this? 2016?
Holy shit! And he's wearing that Randy Orton was wearing when he got his face burnt.
All right, so what's the last? How we wrapping this shit up?
right.
Let's get going.
So you need to calm down. Anyways, like RSH, like Armchair Wrestling, there's a bunch of great shows on the Buzz tomorrow. It's Between the Pipes with Archie. He's talking about Colt soccer. It'll be great. I know hockey just started, I think, and Benson had a Toronto Maple Leaf on his show last night. So check out all the other great shows on the Buzz.
War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Tell them that's what we ready for. War. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. Tell them I'm ready, any opponent. The crown heavy and every minute is chosen. A path only fit for kings, and you won't know what this court means. What did you enlist for? If it isn't getting more rings, then you gon' have to switch your team. Trust me, it gets more mean. I'm a nightmare going up against your dreams. First step is explosive like a bomb hit. Bet if I let it fly, I cannot miss. And you ain't got a chance at the top 10 when you getting clamped all night by a locksmith. On the block throwing lobs to my top bigs. I'm a chef, no look, what's the top dish? Tie game, through the pressure as the clock ticks. Crossover, step back, hit a shot, swish. Tell them that's what we ready for. Tell them that's what we ready for. Bringing that to competitors. Till we see the confetti fall, be ready for war. This is how champions are made, but it never happens in a day. It's all hard work, but it's why what happens when we play 9 out of 10 times. I'ma left you.
That's what we're ready for.
War.
Yeah.
Catchy.
It is catchy.
All right, as are we wrapping up? What's going on?
That's
there?
it.
That's
We got
it.
our Rumble picks. The article with all of our picks, our final 4, will be out after SmackDown tomorrow
Hell yeah.
or sometime early Saturday for the weekend. Our preview, predictions, all that fun stuff. But we have to wait for SmackDown to see what else is announced.
All right, Alex, real quick here. How do we find Armchair Wrestling? What do you do? Tell us all about yourself. How do we find you? All the good shit.
You go to Armchair Wrestle 1 there on Twitter, or Armchair Wrestling on Instagram and TikTok, because we decided to make a TikTok today. But if you do go to Armchair
Yeah.
Wrestle 1,
I have to follow you on Paranormal.
You guys are fucking sellout. You will not find any of my fucking TikTok.
if you do go to our Twitter, there's a pinned tweet at the top where you can enter to win free Armchair Wrestling hoodie, which Josh won't shut up about, but he probably won't win. Make sure you enter before Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT. So what's that? 12 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you enter before then, because that's when the draw is going to be taken live on the Buzz. We're doing it Royal Rumble style as well, so it's last man in the wheel wins the hoodie. So all you got to do is like, tag a friend, and follow us, and you're entered.
Awesome.
Someone will tag you in it, and then I'm going to win.
I'm going to win. You're going to tag me in it. I'm going to tag you in it, and I'm going to go all the way. All day, everywhere. All right, guys. We'll go on with the show. Be sure to go and get in that contest. Get that hoodie, even though it's going to be my hoodie. I'll be wearing it next week right here on RSH Wrestling. And I hope you all enjoy the show. Hope you all watch. Yeah, I'm glad I like the show. That's awesome. Check out SJP Wrestling as well. And we are going to be watching the Royal Rumble live Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait. Best show of the year.
On Peacock.
Well, not yet.
Oh.
And be sure to tune in next week right here, Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to see who the new RSH champion is going to be. And, you know, you might find a promo or two here on the Buzz and on our Twitters before.
Very curious myself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday night champion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
have,
Just wait. Wait for my victory speech.
Ship it across the pot. We'll put a mask on it. It'll be fine.
No,
Be sure to follow our Twitter handle at RSH Wrestling, just in case you see some surprises before the Rumble. And hope you all enjoy the show. Again, thank you, Alex, for hanging out tonight. I know it's really late over there, like, 6 a.m. or some shit. So thank you so much for joining the show. And I hope you'll have a good time watching. And again, Manscaped.com. That's not right. Manscaped.com. RSH 2020 promo code 20% off. And at the end of the day, when that's all said and done, besides the Royal Rumble, besides Manscaped, besides thebuzz.com, you will all fear regularly